Hello, my name is Dr. Maja Mihajlovic. I am a PhD coach. In this video, I want to talk about 4 factors and attitudes that can help you succeed as a PhD student. These are motivation, responsibility, imperfection, and perseverance. Let's talk about motivation first. From the very beginning of your PhD, you should have a clear idea why do you want to do your PhD. PhD is a very long process that usually takes at least 3, 4 or more years. And it's not an easy process. You go through many ups and downs during your PhD. You face a lot of failures before you succeed. There are times when you feel completely demotivated. There are times when you ask yourself why I'm doing this. And there are also times when you want to quit and do something else in your life. But if you can find that inner deep motivation in yourself, you can succeed as a PhD student. In order to stay motivated during your PhD, I suggest you to do one very easy exercise. Its goal is to help you find your motivation in the testing times. What I'm suggesting you to do is to sit down and think carefully about why do you want to do your PhD, or why are you doing your PhD if you're already in the program. Write it down or type it in as many details as you can come up with. Think about what do you want to achieve with your PhD, how it will impact your life, how it will impact the life of other people, such as your friends and family and so on. Think about your future career. What do you want to do when you finish your PhD? How your PhD will help you in your future career, and so on. When you are done, then save this file or a piece of paper. Whenever you struggle in your PhD, whenever you need that extra motivation, take this piece of paper or this file and read it again. And then try to motivate yourself to keep going. In order to stay motivated during your PhD, I suggest you one more exercise. What I want you to do in this exercise is to think about your PhD defense day. Daydream about it. Think about what you will do after you wake up. Think about how you want to prepare yourself for your PhD defense day. And think about who you want to invite to attend your defense, and how your presentation will look like. Think about how you will feel confident, and how happy you will be after your defense is over. Again, it's very important to go through all details in your mind that you can come up with, and write it down or type it, save it, and read it and reread it and reread it during your PhD, so that it will help you visualize your defense day and will help you with your motivation. The third thing that can help you stay motivated during your PhD is to write down the milestones for your PhD, such as find an advisor, find committee members, pass your courses, pass your qualifying exam, defend your PhD proposal, submit your annual progress reports, and finally defend your thesis. So it's good to have this as a list, and then when you finish a milestone, check it and you see how closer and closer you get to your PhD defense. Let's talk about responsibility now. It is very important that from the very beginning of your PhD, you take responsibility for yourself, your research, and your progress. It is your responsibility to work independently. It is your responsibility to choose your topic. It is your responsibility to read papers. It is your responsibility to plan experiments and to do experiments. It is your responsibility to find the solution when you get stuck. Your advisor is there to guide you and to help you, but it is really up to you if you are going to succeed as a PhD student or not. It is also very important that you take responsibility for your relationship with your advisor. From the very early days, you should discuss and set rules for your mutual relationship. Your communication with your advisor should be clear and assertive. It is important to have open, honest, and direct communication with your advisor. Also, your relationship with your lab mates and colleagues is your responsibility. You should strive to work as teammates and to help each other and to learn from each other. You can learn a lot from your lab mates, from their mistakes, so that you don't repeat the same mistakes. As a PhD student, you spend most of your time working, reading, writing, and so on. But it is also important that during your PhD years, you make a network. You connect with people from other labs, from other universities, from industry, and so on. If you're attending conferences and meetings, take time to meet people, talk to them, introduce yourself, build your network. Also, you should look for collaborations with other groups. If your goal is to find a job in industry, then you should work on building your network with people from industry. Connect to others through social media such as Twitter, LinkedIn, and so on. The other area in which you should take your responsibility is your well-being. Your physical health is your responsibility. Also, your mental health is your responsibility. As a PhD student, you are under a lot of stress. You have to learn how to manage your stress. You should take your days off. You should take holidays. You should keep relationships with the people outside of academia. Also, you should have some non-academic hobbies and interests. It is your responsibility to have a balanced life, even as a PhD student. Let's talk about imperfection now. It is very important to accept that PhD is a learning process. No one expects from you to do things perfectly. And by the way, what does it mean to do things perfectly? I don't know. Your goal should be to do the best that you can do at that moment. It should be good enough, not perfect. If your goal is to do things perfectly, then it can halt your progress. It can slow you down, and it can prevent you from finishing your PhD. It is very important to be open to constructive criticism. Think about constructive criticism as of a way to learn. The other thing that can help you tremendously in your PhD study is to have growth mindset. Look at the failure as an opportunity to grow. Be flexible, be responsive, and be adaptable. Have you ever heard that PhD is a marathon, not a sprint? Yeah, that's true. One of the key elements of a successful PhD is perseverance. It is ability to pursue a higher goal, in this case PhD, and to deal with setbacks and failures. It is very normal that during your PhD you will face a lot of failures. There will be times when you will feel stuck. You will feel demotivated. But you have to find a way to deal with all of this, to get your motivation back, and to pursue your goal. One thing that can help you is discipline. It is a good idea to have a solid plan for your day or for your week or for your month. You should try to set goals, smart goals, that is, goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. I also find it helpful to break bigger tasks into smaller tasks and then to tackle this smaller task one by one. It helps with motivation, and also it gives you that sense of achievement, and it gives you energy to tackle other tasks. So these are some of the key elements of successful PhD. I hope this material will help you succeed in your PhD. If you find this material helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel.